Yes. Karibu and thank you so much. Asante sana. So today I just felt it's good I record for you this video. At least I show you how to design this amazing poster. It's a real estate poster. Yeah. So guys, we are going to replicate what you are seeing on the screen using Adobe Photoshop. My name is Victor Nimas and I'm a creative director. For the past 7 years I've been doing graphic design, I've been consulting, I've been teaching. Yeah, so thank you so much and let's see how we are going to do this. So we are in Photoshop and I'm using the latest version of the Photoshop. This is Adobe Photoshop 2024. Not 2024, it's 2025. Sorry guys. So first of all, we are going to create a new document. So this canvas right here. So we go to File, New. I use a bigger canvas. I use 3000 pixels by 3000. I use a resolution of 300. It's a 8-bit white. Everything I leave it's at default, and then I say create. Now before we do anything, because we are in Kenya, the power can disappear anytime, so the first thing I always do is save my work. So just go to File, Save. I will navigate where I want to save this. I'm going to save it on my learning and I'm going to save it here. I will say real estate flyer 01. Save. So now for me to work effectively, I need to have my workspace set up, that is in terms of guides and columns. So I need to bring some guides here, and my guides are simple. I'm just going to go to View, Guides, and New Guide Layout. Now in this, when you open your guide layout, it may not look exactly like this. So maybe it may get something that is like maybe something like this. So what you'll do, for me, I uncheck columns and I check margins. And because my margin my document is a bit huge, I use 200 pixels all through. That is top, left, bottom, and right. And then I say create, and now I will have a document that looks like this. Now first, there are ways of doing things. It depends with your style and your preference. So what I'll tend to do is bring my image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my resources. Sorry for that. These are my resources here, and this is the poster that we are creating. So I'm going to bring the image of the place. I don't know why it's not working, but it's still okay. When I'm in the Photoshop, I'm going to go to File, Place Embedded, and I'm going to load the image and I'm going to place it here. So first, my image just automatically loaded in Camera Raw filter because it's a DNG. It's a DNG file, and DNG, they normally load Camera Raw. It's like a flat kind of a look, or it's a raw kind of an image. So you do all adjustments there, you increase your vibrance. Let me check. Yeah, so normally the image is like this. So what I normally do, it's maybe I increase shadows a little bit, increase some whites, I reduce whites, I bump some blacks, then I go to color, I give it some vibrance like that, and maybe in terms of light I do increase exposure a little bit, maybe something like that, and then I say okay. And now my image opens in Photoshop in our document, so I place it somewhere there, place okay. Now the next thing I do is bring now my text and all the other documents. Like you can see here, we have all these so the font that I used in these projects, it's the brand fonts. So I'm going to type project, project. I need to have also welcome. it reads another new project. So project, I used the font called Product Sans, and I used the bold version of it. Then I opened it up fully. I center aligned. So you ensure that you're on the text. You press Ctrl A or Command F for those who are in Mac, and then these options will come. They are called Boolean operations. You center it like that, as well as another new. I center it like that, and then I'll bring these up a little bit. So now I'm going to reduce the spacing between these letters. So I'm going to come to properties here when my project text is selected, and I'm going to reduce the vertical orientation to around 50 or negative 50, like that. Looks cool. I'll tend to make it like that. Looks okay. And then I can open it a little bit. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, it's like another new project. But now this J has that dot at the top, and I don't want to have it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a mask. I'm going to use my brush in black mode, and I ensure I'm using the hardest brush as much as possible. I'm going to remove that dot like that. Yes, and then I will say another new project. This project, we are going to say it's in Kithioko. So I'm going to duplicate my project, and I will reduce it like that, and then I'll type here Kithioko like that. So I'm going to align it perfectly like that, and I ensure that this one does not have the mask. I'm going to delete it like that. Yes, another new project in Kithioko. Then there is another text on the other side. Kithioko kwa Mudhusi. Shopping center, like that. And I'm going to reduce the size of this one like that. I'm going to reduce the space between these writings like that. I'm not going to use the bold option of this. I'm going to use the regular, and maybe I will expand it a little bit like that. Or maybe let me use bold. It's okay, looks okay as well. Now there is one problem. I want this J to be a bit longer so that it aligns perfectly. So if I bring a rule here, you see the text, maybe let me lower the image a little bit. So you see the text, the lines well, but the J is a bit hanging. So I'm going to select the J alone, and I'm just going to go to my character properties. I'm going to expand, and you see this one that says this length. I'm just going to increase the J a little bit like that. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to still line it there, and maybe shape those parts like that, and also that one, so that it aligns like that. Good. Now I can have all this grouped into one group, and I'll call this one heading. We are not yet done with it. We will do some adjustments, but now we can say that one, it's maybe in a better place. So let's bring in our logo. We go to File, Place Embedded, and this is our logo. Going to bring it here like that. So there is a way I want this logo to appear, but I will do that later. So let's first finish what we are doing. And now on the top right corner, I want to have the name of this project. I'm going to call it Fari Ridge Kithioko. I'm going to reduce the size like that, align it there at the top, maybe give it some character. I want to be all caps like that, place it there, and then we will have Kwamudhusi face 17. This one will not be all in caps. This one will be in sentence case like that. Maybe I will reduce the size a little bit like that. Then these are 50 by 100 plots for sale. This one will be all caps, but a smaller font. Like that. Now, I think we have brought everything in. Now it's about decorating the elements. So the Fari Ridge, I wanted to have this bluish color, so I'm going to have it that color like that. I've left a very important bit, that is the price. The price, I'm going to have it at the bottom like that, and I'm going to use this bluish color here as the background for the text. So I'm going to say this project is being sold at Kenya shillings 155,000 cash, and I will up it there. Maybe I will expand this one a little bit, and then I will condense this a little bit. I feel like it's so wider. Let me use -50 and have it in white color like that. Yeah, something like that looks cool. Yes, yeah. Also, this Kwamudhusi, I want it to be in this blue color here like that. The rest looks okay. Okay. So this one I want it to be in gradient. That is the project. I can first convert it into smart object, but I can still work with it like that. So if you double click on the right side of the layer, or just right click and then you come to blending options, you will have these options of gradient overlay. And now the gradient that is in, it's not the gradient that I want, because this one fades from white to yellow. So I'm going to change that. I'll click here, I sample the yellow part, I say I want it to be this dark. Let me check, where am I sampling? Which part is selected? Let me check. The mask is selected, so maybe okay. So yeah, if I select this part, I say I want it to be this bluish color. Then I select the white side, I will say I want it to be this color, this one. And maybe I can move it a little bit, or maybe the angle of this is you can experiment with the angle. Yeah, but I feel maybe something like that. Doesn't matter, but as long as it's that gradient look, it just don't look that flat. The look will be very nice, very nice. Right, so after that, I think we are now remaining with one small bit, that is having the footer here. And the footer, you just have to type it. It's simple, just say contact us. Let me not have it in the all caps. Contact us. Let me not use all caps. I'm going to have the social handle at Fari Homes. Then I'm also going to have the number. Which is 0704000111. So that's the number. This one can be regular. These as well can be regular, like that. And then we can have these three align like that, and then bring them maybe at the bottom like that. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a layer here. I'll sample this bluish color, bring my brush, and then reduce the hardness, and then I'll paint like this. Increase it a little more, paint like that. Alright, so we can have the contactors. Have these in a different shade. The contactors, and then I can bring it maybe at the bottom. That can be one way of doing it. There are so many ways, of course. Now you can bring these a bit down. I've not added icons, but you get the point. It's not something hard to do, of course, it's easy. Now the last element I'll bring, it's my patterns, at least so that the design will not look so flat. I'm going to place the patterns like that. I'm going to reduce the opacity like that. I can move it a little bit up, and then I'll mask it and have some masking here with reduced opacity, and then I'll tab a few times. So for this logo, I feel I need to do something with it, so I can reduce I can make it more visible. So I'll reduce it a little bit, and then I'll create such, then I'll curve it like that, and then I'll do some layer styling. I'll make the color white like that. then I'll group those one, I'll name it logo. So I wasn't grouping things because I was doing this in a hurry, but I feel like I also need to highlight something. I need this kwamudhusi to pop a little bit. I don't feel it popping, so I'm going to have this also in bluish color, this color here. Then I'm going to have this. I'm going to create rectangle, have it in that color, and then this one I'll have it in this bluish color here, maybe something like that. Yeah, and that's it. Maybe I can do some levels to the image to make it pop more. Yeah, and that's it. So if I clear my canvas guides, clear canvas guides, so that's our design. Always remember to save. Yeah, that's it. A quick one. Of course, I've not added icons, but it's because of the time. I don't want to make this video so long. So I'll go to File, Export, Save for the web. Now I'll leave everything the way it is and I'll save it, and boom. Once you are done, I'll just close everything right here. And here it's our design, looking crisp and clean. Thank you so much guys for watching, and if you may need this kind of in-work tutorials, feel free to let me know. I'll create more and more when I have time. Thank you so much.